everyone. So I know I haven't been on YouTube in a while. I've been going through my own stuff in my own life, but to start this video off, I want to say I'm going to change my name across all my social media platforms to Mitch Wasson in my TCH. That's my middle name. My middle name is Mitchell, and my first name's Lawrence. I tried it on. It doesn't resonate, so I'm going to be changing my name back to Mitch because, well, it's my name. It's what I've been going by for my entire life. So don't be surprised when that happens. The topic that I want to talk about today, and I might go off a little bit, it's like I usually do, but the topic I want to talk about is teaching as you go, this concept of teaching as you go. So as you're walking your path, as you're learning, as you're reading your books and you're absorbing your knowledge through the variety of different platforms and all of that, going through life in general, going to work, going out into the woods, walking in nature, all of these different things, as we're doing these things, why is it so important to teach, to relay, to express the things that we are absorbing in our own lives, the knowledge, because this is how we apply the knowledge. This is how we come to actually understand what these words are pointing to, what these concepts, what these ideas written down in books are pointing to. This is the only way. This is one of the only ways that we can do this. It's through contemplation, but it's through actually taking action in the world and bouncing these ideas and relaying these things and talking and being in active communion with our environment, with other people, just expressing them, just talking about them. This is how you actually activate this knowledge within you to transfer it and turn it into wisdom. And now you're embodying it. Now you're actually living. You're a beacon of light. You're living these concepts. You're living these things beyond the words. And now you can actually confidently radiate what it is you come to understand because you actually understand it. You're not just regurgitating things. You're not just absorbing a bunch of knowledge and talking and taking in a bunch of words and a bunch of jargon and just regurgitating it and just word vomiting. You have this aura about you. You have this energy about you because you have taken this knowledge, you've taken these words, and you've taken them and you have applied them to your life through actually working with reality, through being in communion, in relationship with other human beings, with the life around you. You've taken this knowledge and you've seen how it works, and you've discarded the stuff that doesn't work. So this is why it's so important to teach as you go. And you hear about this teacher-student dynamic where the teacher is the student and the student is the teacher. And this is exactly true. This paradox, this inherent paradox is exactly precisely true. Because as you're teaching, it's like in my own life, I'll just bring on to my own life. As I'm teaching certain things in these videos that I've made and the people that I speak to every single day, I've realized that it's almost as if I teach best, I relay best, I express best the dynamics that I need to learn most in my own life, the dynamics that I'm attempting to come to understand deeper in my own life. And it's such a funny and interesting thing to observe. And it's so true. And it's like, wow, I'm teaching these things because I know they're real. I know there's something to it. I know that it would benefit individuals if they just took this knowledge and they just applied it to their life and they just started expressing it. They started radiating it and they started actually seeing it beyond the concepts and the jargon that it's wrapped up in, right? And through actually teaching it, I get to actually release it, and now it's in front of me, right? Now it's something real. Now I can see it, and now I'm learning from it. This makes sense. So this is why it's so important to be expressing these things. You see, I need to learn more about teaching as I go. That's exactly why I'm making this video. Because not only is it extremely important, it's like a universal principle, right? Like only keeping what you actually give away. Right? Constantly radiating and helping other people to come to an understanding of who they are in their own lives, to improve other people's lives, to do your best to flourish and to help people to thrive in their own lives, to manifest and maintain balance within life. And going through that process, you are maintaining and creating balance in your own life. You are thriving in your own life. And that's just how it works. Just taking, just absorbing, absorbing, and not actually going into the world and giving back is a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for suffering because you're just accumulating and accumulating, and then you stagnate, and then you become a swamp, and now you're just like, you inevitably implode. And that's the thing about not teaching as you. That's the thing about just merely absorbing knowledge, just merely absorbing a bunch of words and a bunch of jargon and not actually expressing it, not actually taking it into the world and taking action on the things that you're learning. So again, it's a very interesting paradox. It's very, very beneficial, and it's vitally important. It's absolutely necessary to teach as you go. And that's how we're really going to learn the things that we want to come to understand. So when you're reading books and you're watching videos and you're absorbing knowledge through all these various different sources, by all these various different means, speaking with people in the world, hopefully you're going out and you're communicating with individuals in your environment. You're going around and meeting new people and helping them to come online while you're coming online more and more and more through doing so. And I can't tell you how much I've learned from making videos and from going through this whole process of making social media platforms and talking with people and getting involved in the truth community and all of that. I've learned so much about myself, and that's been part of my hiatus. Is I've had to take a giant step back and actually see what the hell I'm talking about and learn from myself and learn from my mistakes and learn from the things that I was going through and the things that I was talking about. Because it's like I didn't have a firm grasp on a lot of the concepts, or not a lot, but some of the concepts that I was talking about. And so I've had to take a step back and actually be like, whoa, okay, how do I know this? Is this something that I actually do know? Is this something that I actually truly understand and live in my own life? Because I don't want to be a hypocrite, because I don't want to contradict myself. I want to speak about things that I actually truly live in my own life. And the only way to do that is to be in constant communion with other individuals, with other human beings, and having really good conversations. That's what I found to be the most beneficial way, the most important way, the most efficient way to come to understand a deep, deep understanding of what it is we are taking in, the knowledge that we are taking in. And in this world today, in this antisocial world, and we're all on the computer all the time, we're constantly absorbing knowledge, we're constantly on our devices, on our phones, just hunched over our phones, taking in. We don't have enough communication. We don't have enough people actually talking to one another and talking about these and having these philosophical discussions. They are absolutely vitally important. They need to be happening. So we have to have balance. We can't just be taking in, because what does that mean? What is all that knowledge in your head doing? What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything unless you're actually taking it, applying it to your life, understanding it, and then through wisdom, taking action, being wise, taking action in your life and expressing it outwards. So you impress, you express, you impress, you express. That's the natural order. That's the balance that we have to manifest. We have to create, we have to establish in our own lives to really, really flourish and to really, really help one another and to really help those around you, the individuals that want to hear what you're saying or just hear the truth, who are thirsty, who are hungry for something more, who see what's going on. And these people will be attracted to us naturally through the energy that we radiate. That's just how it works. So I understand there's a lot of sleepwalking taking place. I understand that there's a lot of deadness, dullness in the environment, especially if you're in the city. But it doesn't matter, because the individuals that need to hear your unique expression, that need to come into your life to help you to teach and to help them to teach and to help both of you to be students of what is being taught, these people will come into our lives precisely when they need to. So teach as you go. Make it a principle in your life to teach as you go, to have these conversations, to reach out to people on Facebook, wherever you can, reach out to people, talk to people through your voice, get them on the phone, talk with people and have these philosophical discussions. Dive deep so you can actually understand what's taking place within you and around you, and not just merely be attached to words and concepts that you see on these screens. It's so important to actually know what's going on, and it changes everything. And it builds confidence, and it builds a steadfastness that we once didn't have when we were merely consumers. And now we are actually propagating. Now we are actually expressing and radiating this energy outside of us. Now we are actually expressing this stuff. That's what we need to be doing. That's what's so, so important, most important in the world today. So I appreciate you all. Remember, I'm making the change, making the switch to Mitch Wasson, which is my name. And I will see you all in the next video. I appreciate you all. Goodbye.